signs of a productive weekend. Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Kapper here, and today is Saturday, December 21st, and I'm headed to Kentucky again, and I'm going to finish up, I'm hoping, that wall in the living room, at least with the barnwood. I want to get that done. I started it last weekend, made some good progress with the tin. Now I want to keep working on it. Luckily, I had two rednecks and a truck earlier this week deliver the wood to the house. So thank you, Iron Mike and Mr. Kapper, for that. But I'm going to get that wood on there. I've got a bunch of other things I can do. I'll see once how far I get. It's supposed to be in the high 50s and sunny today. Right now it's only like 32, but it's going to warm up. So I want to get outside, and I think for the mantle, I would love to have something from the farm. I know that there was an old cabin. We found that up in the property on the other side. So I'm going to go up there because apparently there was an old barn also that got bulldozed over. Now, I don't know if it got like completely bulldozed over and buried, or if I can at least find something that I could use for a mantle. I would really love to keep it from the farm. So that's my plans for today. Tomorrow, maybe painting in the bathroom, or I still might be finishing up the wall. I don't know. Either way, it's going to be fun, so come on along with me. I'm just waiting to get on the ferry. We had a lot of rain in the last few days, and wow, you can really see the center there. That current's going pretty darn good. Now look at all them logs and that debris out there. Come on, Leonard. It's free bird time. All right, so now you can see just the color of that wall. Very yellow. But anyway, I made that kitchen table, and I do not want to bring it in here until all the construction's done. So my next best bet was to just mock it up, see how it fits in the living room. This door is off the hinges because I'm refinishing it, but it stays open. So I need to make sure that there's enough clearance for a chair here. I'm going to have a bench on this side here so the table can actually snug in the wall a little bit. And then, the chairs on the outside. I needed to make sure it was going to fit and have this enough space so that when you're backing the chair up, you don't get caught on that transition. So I marked the center of it, and all along I was thinking I was going to use the existing light right here and swag it over. Well, that might not work. I just measured it, and the center is way over here, which would be the center over the table, which is where I want the light. I mean, I could swag it, but that is 4 feet. I think that would look pretty goofy. So the electrician's coming over today for something, so I'm going to ask him if he can just move that over and put it right here. So it will just be right over top of pretty much the center of the table. Again, if, we use the back, we'll just pull the table out for a little bit. But that will at least center it. So I want to make sure that there is actually enough room to get around without bumping into that table. I don't have the stove in here yet, but it actually doesn't start until where this door is temporarily sitting. So that'll give us enough room right there to walk through. And then there's plenty of room in the main area by the cabinets. I think it'll be okay. The refrigerator will be pushed in a little bit more. It's just out right now. And it'll give us probably at least 5 feet between the refrigerator and the table. So I can see the kitchen table in here. Oh my gosh, why is it so hard for a girl to find a stud? Oh, found one. I already pre-drilled a hole. All right, that's more sound. Even though the boards have been in here for a while acclimating, I know that they're still going to shrink a little bit. So to make it less noticeable, where the battens are, I'm going to paint them just a flat dark color, so it'll create a shadow, so you won't see when those boards do shrink a little bit, it won't be as obvious. So I did end up painting the entire wall black, not just those furring strips. And I guess I'm glad I did. I mean, I wanted to hurry up and get to the wood. I was excited to get to that. And, you know, I only had one chance to do this right. So I think the fact that it has the black on it, it'll help cover up just in case. I could just see it. One spot opens up and that lime green color pops through. Ugh. But while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and look at my directions here. Here's my map. So I'm going to start putting numbers together, lay them out, and get going. Makes it interesting when the walls talk to you. Well, first row up, I know that the tin is level, so I'm going to work my way out to that unlevel corner over there. You know, where I have the two boards, I didn't have any boards that were long enough for the entire wall, so I had to use some pieces. But you can see I just used some scrap of this car siding and screwed that into some studs. So all of the joints will still have support at the ends. And I'm just tacking them in right now with the air nailer. And then I'm going to come back and put some screws in too. So I'm not putting screws in yet, just in case I need to move something. I took this home to get all that paint off, so I'm going to put that back on. All right, a few updates on the bigger bedroom here. So first of all, you see curtains. Yay! They're a rust color, and to go along with the colors on the bedspread. So have both of those up. And then I also have a little rug here on the side that also has that rust in it too. I moved the bed over. That little end table used to be in the corner there. I moved it over so you had more space on this main walking part. So if my measurements are correct, which I sure hope they are, there should be just enough room to get the headboard in there. The one post should fit in here and another post here. And then that way I still have enough room to walk through to make up the bed. Or Mr. Kapper can walk through and make up the bed. Anyway, there should be enough room. So bring in a little bit more color into it. Definitely offsets the wood on the wall. And then I also added this. This is a sassafrass that I cut when I was cutting in the woods. and I'll have a separate video on that. But that's a nice little hat rack and shirt rack, or a little bit of a coat rack. I'm sure Mr. Kapper can hang his Kubota hat up here, since he's a big Kubota fan. Or I know, maybe you could hang Kubota, Bobcat, Branson. I think they'll all fit on there. Or Kubota, Branson, John Deere. All right, well, I got one side in, and all I did was use the air nailer right now. I'm going to go back in and put screws in, but I just wanted to get them up for now. But I'm glad that I did paint the whole thing black behind there. I put them as tight as I could, except some of them they're not straight. And they're not in the exact order that they were in the barn. Plus, they had battens between them to cover up the spaces. But I like it. I think it'll work out good. I am getting hungry, so I think for lunch I'm gonna go find the UTV and take it up in the land and see if I can find that old barn. Oh, and I gotta put all that back in my car. So after many months, I'm finally getting to see my front porch again. That was one of the first things I did, was this deck here. And if I would have known that we had so much of the rehab that came up that we weren't expecting, I would have definitely waited. I have my 2 yellow rocking chairs and my table that I want to put out here, but not yet. Not with all this going on.